at Butarque. Leganes against Barcelona. One team threatened by relegation and one going for the title. Leganes wore special shorts before kickoff to highlight awareness of testicular cancer. And once the game got underway, there were very few yellow cards in the match, only 3 in total, but there was one early on for Altimira for this challenge on Lamine Yamal. Leganes made life very difficult for the league leaders. They defended well, and they were a real threat going forward. This was a superb early chance, teed up by Dani Rabah for Altimira. 12 minutes on the clock when Szczesny made a really important save for Barcelona. Dani Rabah did brilliantly with his run beyond Inigo, and his pass was good as well. Altimira with such a good chance to score his first goal in La Liga. He couldn't take the chance. It was a night on which Los Pepineros did create good opportunities. They did ask major questions of Football Club Barcelona, and Hansi Flick's side had to dig deep and win it gritty, which is what they did. But before half-time, they had no way through. They came close midway through the first half through Jules Koundé, and his deflected effort forced a really good tip round the post from Marko Dimitrovic, who had been heroic when facing Barcelona earlier on this season, when Leganes won 1-0 at Montjuic in December. Sergio González with the only goal of that game. And this game was also settled by just a single goal. There were so many incidents. This was a chance for Rabah. He ran into Ronald Araujo. Hansi Flick had made 2 alterations to the 11 that began their Champions League quarter-final first leg against Dortmund. Cubarsí and De Jong dropped to the bench, with Araujo and Eric Garcia coming in. Fermin stayed in the team. It was his corner that picked out an unmarked Rafinha, who was unable to hit the target. Barcelona never really found top gear. Leganes sat deep, defended well, closed the spaces and made life difficult for the Catalans, who did hit the side netting through Lamine in the first half. And there was then an incident involving Balde and Altimira. Many of the fans felt that it was a foul by Balde. Nothing was given, but it led to an injury. Barcelona's left back was forced off in the first half. He was replaced by Gerard Martín. For Leganes, there was a first start for 18-year-old Yan Diomande, and it was his effort here, deflected wide just before Martín entered the pitch, replacing Balde. And then Diomande, with a fabulous piece of play, set up Rabah, who had a chance but couldn't take the chance. It was a great setup by the Ivorian, and Rabah was looking for his 8th goal in La Liga this season. Just wide. minute before half-time, Rafinha then crossed for Fermin. And he headed wide. Really good chance for the midfielder. And then, in stoppage time, at the end of the first half, there were shouts for a penalty when Diomande went down in the box. And the referee was unmoved. No foul, no contact from Araujo. And then, even later in stoppage time, a heroic challenge from Rafinha to prevent Dani Rabah from having such a good chance. Altimira into the centre for Rabah, who was so well positioned. It was an almost certain goal, but Rafinha got back incredibly well to help defend. So it was 0-0 at half-time. Frenkie de Jong came off the bench at the interval, and Barcelona swiftly took the lead. An own goal by Jorge Sainz with 47 minutes played. Rafinha's cross deflected in by the defender. Joy for the travelling fans. It stemmed from Martin's challenge on Oscar Rodriguez. The loose ball broke for Rafinha. He sent in a really good cross looking for Lewandowski. And Sainz inadvertently put the ball past Dimitrovic for an own goal that made it 1-0 to Barcelona. And this was the only goal of the game. So Barcelona able to earn all 3 points and temporarily at least move 7 points clear at the top of the table. They perhaps should have gone 2-0 up when Fermin Lopez danced through the box, but then fired wide. Terrific run from the midfielder, who showed his trickery and skill in a really tight penalty area. But he just lacked the finish, and it remained 1-0. Leganes went looking for an equaliser. And there were some appeals for a penalty. First for handball against Inigo. Rafinha then crossed for Lewandowski, who glanced his header just wide. On 63 minutes, he was looking for his 100th Barcelona goal and his 41st of the season, but he was unable to finish. Borja Jimenez then brought on Ivan Neu. Flick sent on Gavi and Ferran. And Ferran swiftly teed up Lamine Yamal for a chance, which he struck straight at Marko Dimitrovic. Barcelona were very slowly closing in on the win. They were unable to find a second goal, and consequently the final 20 minutes were tense and tight. And Leganes, who are so in need of points at the bottom, went looking for the equaliser. They thought they'd found it through Dani Rabah, who headed beyond Szczesny, but Rabah was offside. This goal did not stand. Altimira's cross a good one, but Rabah clearly offside, so no goal. Jimenez then sent on Diego Garcia and Munir El Haddadi, the former Barcelona man, and almost immediately there was a chance for Garcia. a really good chance with just 13 minutes remaining. He was teed up by another substitute, Juan Cruz, but Garcia couldn't finish. Leganes didn't take their chances and were left to rue missed opportunities. They've now gone without a win in 5 games, just 1 point taken from 15 available. Ferran couldn't make it 2-0. He was denied by Dimitrovic, but Barcelona were heading to the victory and have now gone 12 league games without defeat. 24 matches in all competitions without a loss. There was almost a second own goal by Sáenz. There was a late yellow card for Dani Rabah, and he will miss the next match for Leganes, which is away at Mallorca. He's the top goal scorer, so a big loss for Los Pepineros. And there was, late on in the game, an incredible moment in stoppage time. Munir threw on goal, denied by a monumental challenge from Íñigo Martínez. It was a hard-fought win for Barcelona, a gritty victory. A solitary goal was enough to earn them the victory at Butarque, where it finished Leganes 0, Barcelona 1.